Oh, hello.
Hello, and welcome, Katerina, and to all of you watching. Welcome to this
Welcome.
edition of RIMPAGE Live, where we discuss the broader principles of RIMPAGE, those
Mm,
underlying principles that are easily applicable in other areas of our lives. So,
mm. Yeah.
always great this discussion. Katerina, how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. And I love how this conversation goes on, naturally follows from the conversation we had previous week. And it
Yes,
seems like each and every one just naturally flows from the previous one, but
yes,
no more so than none are more important than this conversation.
uh,
Actually, figuring out what does power mean? What is real power? Because a lot of people view it in a different way, and we have put that in the description there. So
oh,
I'm eager to get straight to the subject. Do you want to start us off and share with us what is how do you feel power?
mhm.
Mm,
Well, as you say in the description, it's connecting who you are with what you do.
mm,
And if there is a disconnect there, then we don't feel fully ourselves. We don't feel fully empowered to do this thing that we're doing unless we first see ourselves as the type of person who does that thing.
mm,
That connection is absolutely essential
yes.
for us to
Yes.
be able to put our full selves into what we're
Mhm,
doing.
mhm. Yes, to feel it, to really be connected with it. And is power something that you think we borrow from the outside, that is given to us or granted in some way, or is it something that we solely generate from within, like, or is there something else here in question?
I will tell you how I see power. It's
Mhm.
very simple. It's just the ability to cause one
Mm,
thing or another.
yes.
And we all have that. And
Mhm.
I've spoken to people who felt like they didn't have any power. And I would just give them simple examples. Like I would say, you can hold a pencil and
Yes.
let go of the pencil, and the pencil drops. That's
Mhm.
power. You cause the pencil to drop. And so
Mm,
if you cause all of these simple things, then you can expand that to see how you can also cause greater things that have
mm. Yes. So if what I'm hearing is right, what you're saying, power is energy.
it is that. Yes, yes. It's
Yes,
oh,
it is. And I think that energy intensifies like from inside out. That connection with something that is greater than us, that with this energy of life that is present around us and within us, when we connect with it, then that power becomes more. We feel ourselves powerful, we feel ourselves unstoppable. Um, but but that bigger picture begins inside us. That connecting point is there, right?
that's too. I love what you said there. You feel yourself powerful. That
Mhm.
is so important. If you
Yes,
don't feel it, if you don't know it, you'll never do it. You'll never
yes,
exercise that
yes,
power.
yes.
So it
That's
starts.
really important. And I think that personal and professional growth cannot happen unless we connect with that power.
Yeah.
That is where it begins, right?
Yes. Oh,
Excellent.
yeah. Think of someone who maybe was selected to be a leader. So
Mhm.
they picked this person to be a
Yes,
leader. But that
yes.
person didn't see himself or herself as a leader. They
Mm,
cannot fully exercise the power of that
yes,
position
yes.
until they see themselves first as a leader who can do this thing.
Absolutely.
Once that
Absolutely.
belief is there and that confidence is there, then
Yeah.
you see the full exercise of power.
Excellent, excellent. You're using the words that I wanted to encourage us to consider when we're thinking about power. And that is the word confidence, right? Isn't confidence another word for power? And also influence, right?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about leaders, and also service. When we put ourselves in service, when we step up, when we raise our hand and say, I will show up. It doesn't matter if I am going to be, a little bit embarrassed, if I don't feel prepared enough, but if I'm willing to show up and lead, to show up and help others figure this out, help the whole group or a team. There has been a number of occasions that when we just have that faith and confidence to step up, then the something inside us, bigger than us, takes over, and this inspiration comes through, and it shows through that. But I think it would be wrong to believe that only certain people have these skills. I firmly believe that we all have the power inside us to connect to the power within.
Yes,
Right?
is huge. You can
Yes.
confidence very simply as I can,
Mm.
and never will unless you first believe you can.
Exactly.
So apply that to small goals. If you believe you can, you will. Apply that to larger goals. If you believe you can, you will. So
Absolutely.
that confidence that I can, wow, it expands and intensifies that power.
Yes.
Makes it more. Makes it.
Exactly. And I find that power is also in creativity, right? It's in intuition,
Yes.
in being willing to explore something that is unknown, in being creative, in connecting and interpreting, and being brave to connect and interpret things, even when you're not 100% sure, because where our heart can go, our mind not always, is able to follow straight away. I have a feeling that our mind catches up with our heart, right? That our heart is braver, it takes us always further.
Yes.
Right?
The heart is saying, I can, and the mind is saying, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
What about this? What about this? And the heart is saying, no, I can do it. I can do it.
Absolutely. I love that the kind of influence that we're talking about here is the influence that is uplifting, that actually takes everyone onto another level. And it's not always necessary to know how beforehand. It's not always necessary to know the strategy. But when you show up with heart, I think that is figure outable. That is something that can be that comes with inside that process and not outside of that process.
I want to encourage everyone who's watching, connect to your power. First of all, and an easy way to do that is to understand what power is. It's just simply the ability to cause something. And so you can cause anything. When you turn the water on in the sink, the water starts coming out. You cause that by moving your arm and pulling the lever. And so you cause so many things all around you. That is power. You are powerful. So now just apply that to some goal that you want to achieve or some aim, some objective, and then begin to move towards it. You are powerful. Connect to that power. Turn on the I can.
Yes, yes. Get to that place of clarity as well, because clarity is also power. Staying in that unknown feeling, trust the unknown feeling. Lean into the intuition. Like if you haven't seen it, go back a couple of weeks where we were talking about intuition and how to interpret your intuition, how to lean into it and start listening. Because you are more capable than you give yourself credit for. Right? And from that clarity, it will come this necessary self-discipline to improve and to grow through that experience, right?
Oh, wow.
There's a lot that rests. A lot of our success, a lot of our fulfillment, a lot of us achieving our goals, a lot of us fulfilling our destiny and realizing our dreams depends on being able to connect to this real power that we have access to, right? And it is slightly disappointing and regretful if we don't do that in life.
Right.
It is possible.
What we're talking about here is very closely related to the principle of life that is in all of us. And that is, we all seek our own unfoldment. We want to be our fullest, best, most powerful self.
Yes.
And we are seeking an answer to that question, what is possible for me? What can I do? What is there greatness within me?
Yes.
When we connect to the power, we can begin that exciting journey toward getting the answer to that question.
Yes. Patrick, I want to ask you something. Is there any limit to what is possible to us?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And as crazy as that may sound, it is the 100% truth.
Yes.
And if you don't think so, just start looking at great achievers
Yes.
and ask them what
Yes.
they thought was possible when
Absolutely.
they started.
Yes. Yes. So that, yes, all of these elements need to be connected. The creativity, the belief, the faith in the right direction, like we were talking last time, the confidence, the clarity, the willingness to lead, even if we're not completely 100% sure. And with connecting all of those elements, the self-discipline necessary will come through, because this will not happen if we just sit and wait for it to happen. We need to be actively involved in our life, and that will win or lose. Some experiences in life will feel like wins, and some will feel like, I missed here. Right? But in that we actually gained another lesson, another component that is necessary for another battle, another game, that takes us further.
An illustration of that. Let's say you wanted to paint a beautiful picture.
Yes.
Or someone says, paint me a beautiful picture. And you might say, I'm not an artist.
Yeah.
You don't have to be an artist. Pick up a brush, dip it in the paint, put it to the canvas. Absolutely. Or whatever you're painting on. And then, and you may mess up, but here's the key. Try it again. Look at what you did and say, okay, I don't like that. Let me see if I can fix it. And then you look at it again. I don't like that. Let me see if I can fix it. Through the trials, you will improve. And if you keep doing that, eventually you're going to have a beautiful picture. It may be your 10th attempt, your 100th attempt. But the point is, you can go from not being able to do to being able to do just through the trials, just doing it again and again and again.
I love that. And you can refine and improve your own gift without the need to compare yourself and what you do, your ability, to someone else. You can actually shine with your own light, and that is beautiful. And as you know, I mean, many a times that I have encouraged people who have not held a pencil in their hands since their school days, and they say, I'm not an artist, I'm not creative, I don't know how to do this. But when I just said, stop the story, first of all, and stop thinking that way, just let's disengage this, let's just go with what our heart is telling us, and just observe what we are seeing. Just connect the eye and the hand. And Patrick, more times, like 9 out of 10, they were amazed, like their jaw dropped as to what they have actually drawn on the paper. It accurately represented what they were seeing. They did not, none of them ever thought themselves capable of doing it. They said, no, I cannot do that. But they were willing to have a go. And as you said, like what you actually can achieve is always more than what you think you can achieve. But you got to be willing to do it.
And when they say I cannot, do you hear what's in that? That is faith applied in the opposite direction.
Absolutely. The faith that doesn't serve us in life. If anything, like we will need to underline that message, I think, over and over and over again. Somehow we have normalized the negative expectation of something, like expecting the worst case scenario is somehow become normal. And if someone says, what if this is possible? We say, are you crazy? We actually label that person as crazy, right?
Oh, wow. Like what someone will say, I want to do this. And they'll say, what if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
What if it does work? That question is just as fair, just as applicable. What if it does work?
What if it does work? That is the underlying current of everything we do, everything that we show up to share here, that comes directly from our experience, is what if it does work? And believe me, it does work. Exactly like that.
I want everyone watching to believe I can.
Yes.
I want them to say and feel and really connect with that I can.
Yes, yes.
I don't think anything gets us up and moving quite like that. The conviction that I can.
Yes. Let us know. Have a go and test this today. Have a go at just inside yourself every single time. If that voice comes and says you can't, just correct it and say, what if I can? What if I can? What if I just imagine today that I can do everything that I want to do, that it is actually possible to do, whatever it is. And then let us know how that goes, how that feels.
Please do.
In feeling better, you will achieve more. You will achieve different things. You will achieve things that you absolutely don't think are possible.
Yes, you are powerful.
Yes,
You
yes,
are powerful.
absolutely. That has to be the message of today. You are the power.
Yes.
It's just, do you want to connect with it? And if you need a little help and inspiration, drop us a line, and we're always there to support you and cheer you on that journey. We want you to figure this out, because it is absolutely amazing when you're on the other side, when you can apply all of your creativity, all of your resources into creating and figuring stuff out. It is 10 times more thrilling, the life, and you want to live life with full power on.
Yes.
Hmm.
And I really want to encourage you to do that. If you would like a little bit of help with this, Katerina and I are more than willing to get on a call with you. This is not a service we provide. It's just love. We just want to see you do it. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
yes, we'll get on
Want
a
you
call.
to feel good. We want you to feel great, to be powerful, to connect your dreams with the actual possibility of achieving them and getting there all the way.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that, Patrick. Thank you for being here. And shall we be back next Monday to share some more?
Do it.
Yes, stay tuned and let us know in the comments what are the subjects that interest you, that come into this sphere of empowerment, the personal empowerment that we share on Mondays. And
Yes.
have a great, fantastic week.
See
Goodbye
you
for
next
now.